मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। So yesterday it was also there. Not so dear devotees, yesterday was the first part of this two-part series on discussion of the two types of sadhana bhakti. Like yesterday, I had specified that Sri Rupa Goswami says bhakti is categorized into three main types in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu: sadhana bhakti, bhav bhakti, and third is prema bhakti. Very nice, everybody remembers. Sadhana bhakti, bhav bhakti, prema bhakti. Sri Jiva Goswami says, why not have only how many categories? Two. Why have three? Just sadhan and sadhya bhakti. Just bhakti in practice and bhakti in perfection. But bhav is such a stage which is neither technically fully belonging to the perfected stage, neither technically fully belonging to the practice stage. Therefore, bhav is included as an intermediary between sadhana and prema. Bhav is going to develop in due course of time for the devotee who is practicing sadhana bhakti nicely. But sadhana bhakti itself needs to be understood, and therefore it was specified that sadhana bhakti is mainly of two types. What were the two types of sadhana bhakti, dear devotees? Vaidhi and Raganuga. Yesterday we saw the actual definition, the official definition of Vaidhi Bhakti as given by Sri Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Yatra ragan avaptatvat pravritti rupajayate shasane naiva shastrasya sa Vaidhi Bhakti uchyate. Where raga is not present, but still tendency to commit acts of bhakti is found. But without rag, genuine attachment, how will the tendency to commit acts of bhakti be found? So Sri Rupa Goswami says, Shasane naiva shastrasya. Because Shastra is giving shasan. Shastra is giving discipline. Therefore, that bhakti, dear devotees, is known as which bhakti? Vaidhi bhakti. Now, it is possible that there may be a mixture of Vaidhi and Raganuga. Okay. But Rupa Goswami says, Shasanen eva, exclusively when it is due to Shastra. and there is no spontaneous motivation to carry out acts of bhakti. That is known as purely 100% which bhakti? Vaidhi. Vaidhi bhakti is going to lead to a different goal. It is not going to lead to Goloka Vrindavan. This Siddhanta is rock solid within the Sampradaya. So nobody can change this particular Siddhanta, and this Siddhanta is fixed by Sri Rupa Goswami himself. So those of us who call ourselves Rupanugas, we have to accept that this is the Siddhanta given by Sri Rupa Goswami. Because often there is a tendency that if an Acharya says something, but it is not, from my point of view, it is not okay. People try to give arguments or workarounds even around what Acharya has said. Sometimes in a class, a statement of Rupa Goswami is quoted, a statement of Srila Prabhupada is quoted. People start saying, but Prabhu, what about this? But Prabhu, what about that? Are, what is the meaning of as it is? As it is means you accept, without trying to we accept the statement without trying to counteract the statement of our own acharyas. So counteracting the statement of our own acharyas is not going to lead us anywhere. Therefore, what he has said, we have to accept as it is. And yesterday also I showed pramanas from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So those are translated by Srila Prabhupada himself. The Prabhupada himself says that Vaidhi Bhakti Vraja Bhava Paite Nahi Shakti. That Vaidhi Bhakti does not carry the strength to help one attain the mode of Sri Vrindavan. And I also showed another praman. Raganuga Marge Tare Bhaje Yai Jan, Yai Jan Paye Vraje Vrajendra Nandan. One who worships Bhagwan on the path of Raganuga Bhakti, that individual attains Shri Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. So it's very clear. Now, what is remaining is understanding what is Raganuga Bhakti. Because that is the bhakti which is applicable for us. So Sri Rupa Goswami specifies in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Please repeat after me. Atha Raganuga. Atha means now. Atha is Mangalvachi. Mangalvachi means it is auspicious indicating term. So there are two auspicious indicating terms, Pranav, Aumkar and Atha. In his commentary to 1.1.4 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur quotes a verse. ओंकारश्चाथ शब्दश्च द्वावेतौ ब्रह्मणः पुरा कंठं भित्त्वा विनिर्यातौ तेन मांगलिकावुभौ. In the beginning of creation, two terms spontaneously came from Brahmaji's throat. First was Pranav, Aumkar, second was Atha. So both these are known as Mangal Vachi Shabd. They are auspicious terms which indicate the beginning of something auspicious. So Atha, now I will auspiciously begin the description of which Bhakti Rupa Goswami is saying. So all the major shastras, they begin either with Omkar or Atha. For example, Srimad Bhagavatam begins with Omkar. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yeah. Shri Radha Gopijana Vallabh ki, Vishnu Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So dear devotees, Atha. Now, Raganuga. Now, Raganuga doesn't seem to be a single term. Raganuga is a combination of two terms. What are the two terms, dear devotees? Raga and Anuga. Because Raga plus Anuga becomes Raganuga. I hope you are able to understand. This is what Raganuga is. So then we have to understand two terms now. First term, what is the first term that we need to understand? So once we understand Rag, then we will also understand what is Anuga. Then we can understand what is Rag Anuga. Alright. So first and foremost, let's understand the basic term. What is the first basic term to be understood here? What is Rag? What is Rag? So Sri Jiva Goswami in the Bhakti Sandarbha gives a definition of Rag. Rupa Jiva Goswami also in Bhakti Sandarbha says Atha Raganuga. Now I will define Raganuga, but first I will define what is Rag. So please repeat after me. Tatra Vishayina Swabhaviko Vishaya Samsarga Ichha Atishayamaya Prema Raga. What is Rag? Where devotees? He gives a very simple example. Tatra Vishayina, those who are sense gratifiers, they are known as Vishayis. What are they known as? Vishayis. Swabhaviko, they have very natural inclination. For what? Vishaya. Vishaya samsarga ichha, coming in samsarga, coming in contact with sense objects. And atishaya maya prema, and their immense attachment to those sense objects. That immense attachment is known as what, dear devotees? Rag. I hope you are able to understand. Huh? So let's understand what rag is. Rag is actually a term taken from Bhagavad Gita. Rag and Dvesh. These two terms are taken from whom? Bhagavad Gita. Doesn't Bhagwan speak about Rag and Dvesh in Bhagavad Gita? Yes. So Jiva Goswami starts from a point which all of us can easily understand because we have prior experience of Rag. So what is Rag? The extreme attachment to sense objects that a sense gratifier has is known as Rag. Alright, very simple definition given by Jiva Goswami. Then he gives an example so that point is clear. Please repeat. Yatha Chakshuradinam Saundaryadav. Yatha Chakshu. What is Chakshu, dear devotees? So Chakshu, just like eyes, etc., are attracted to Saundarya. What is Saundarya, dear devotees? Beauty, etc. So that is Rag. Like you see something beautiful, your eyes are attracted. You are experiencing in material terms. What are you experiencing? So people may get a little astonished. Why Sri Jiva Goswami you are defining like this? No? Because it is very important to understand that this rag that a person has towards sense objects is not driven by Shastra Shasan. I hope you are able to understand this attachment that one has towards sense objects. Do you refer to Shastra? Now I should get attracted to a beautiful looking lotus flower. Then you look at a lotus flower. Then you, now I am attached. Does it work that way or does it work without Shastra Shasana? Without Shastra Shasana. That's how Rag works. So in our day-to-day life also, we have attachment without Shastra Shasana. But that attachment is material attachment. Now, Sri Jiva Goswami says, please repeat. Tadrisha eva atra bhaktasya Shri Bhagavati api raga iti uchyate. Tadrisha eva vaisahi. What is the meaning of Tadrisha eva? Vaisahi. Similarly, bhaktasya Shri Bhagavati api. Bhakt ka Bhagwan mein bhi. Even the devotee also has in relation to Bhagavan Rag. I hope you are able to understand. So similarly, just as a sense gratifier has spontaneous attachment to sense objects, similarly, a devotee in the spiritual world, which devotee is speaking about? Devotee in the spiritual world has similar inclination, but towards whom? Bhagavan. Right? So this is very clear. So this, dear devotees, is the nature of Rag. Just as Rag here is in material objects, similarly in the spiritual world, Rag is naturally towards whom? Bolo, bolo. Krishna. So Krishna, this, dear devotees, is known as Rag. In the material world, it is towards material objects. In the spiritual world, it is towards Bhagavan. Now, those devotees who have Rag as their very life and soul, attachment towards Bhagavan as their very life and soul, they are known as Raga Atmika. What are they known as? Raga Atmika. In the spiritual world, there are devotees of Bhagavan who have Rag, this natural innate attachment towards Bhagavan, immense attachment towards Bhagavan as their very nature. They are known as Raga Atmika. So, in the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan, can we get a few examples of those who are Ragatmika? Please give me. Huh? Rupa Goswami is in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela here. In the spiritual world, what form does Rupa Goswami have? So that is Ragatmika. Alright? Anybody else in the spiritual world? Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, alright? Sridama, Sudama, Subal, servants are Chitrak, Patrak, Uddhav also he has this spontaneous attachment. So they are known as which bhaktas, dear devotees? Ragatmika. So this is what we have to understand. So we will come back to Rupa Goswami's definition. Did we chant the verse? This one? No. Please repeat after me. विराजन्तीमभिव्यक्ताम् व्रजवासी जनादिषु रागात्मिकामनुसृता या सा रागानुगोच्यते. Virajantim abhivyakta. Dear devotees, what is the meaning of abhivyakta? Very clearly expressed. That mood which is very clearly virajantim, residing and very clearly expressed in which individuals, dear devotees? Vrajavasi Jana Adisha. In the eternal Vrajavasis. So when Rupa Goswami is saying Vrajavasi, he indicates those Vrajavasis who are eternal associates of Krishna. Because we may mistake, no, those who are right now present in Vrindavan. No, that is not the Vrajavasi he is indicating. The Vrajavasi he is indicating are eternal associates of Krishna mentioned in the Shastra. So that bhakti which is virajantim, naturally existing, and abhivyaktam, naturally expressed, in which devotees, dear devotees? Vrajavasi janas. So that bhakti is known as, dear devotees, which bhakti? Ragatmika. And Anusrita, that bhakti which is Anu, following in the footsteps, Anuga, of those Raga bhaktas, is known as which bhakti, dear devotees? Raganuga Uchyate. So that bhakti which follows in the footsteps of which devotees? They have a technical name. What is the technical name? Ragatmika. I hope you are able to understand. So first is Rag. What is Rag, dear devotees? Attachment. Attachment, just as a sense enjoyer has attachment for which objects. In the spiritual world, the residents have similar natural attachment for whom they are devotees, Bhagavan. So that those devotees for whom such attachment is their Atma, their life and soul, they are known as which bhaktas? Atmika. I hope you are able to understand. Now, following in that bhakti which follows in the footsteps of Ragatmika devotees is known as which bhakti? Raga. Because somebody may say, why can we not become Ragatmika? Because in order to become Ragatmika, we will need to have that spontaneous rag towards Bhagwan. But we don't right now have that spontaneous rag towards Bhagwan. Why? Because we don't currently consider Bhagwan to be as a family member and member of our community. We don't consider ourselves to be member of the community of cowherds. Right now, the body itself is different. Is this body born in Gopajati in Vrindavan, or is this body born in other places? Where is this body born? Other places. This body is not directly related to Krishna. Let's put it in very plain words. We don't have blood relationship with Krishna in this body. So, okay? That is very simple to understand. Blood relation is a very sort of, approximate term to denote what I am trying to say. We don't have that feeling of I and mine in relation to Krishna because we never took birth with Krishna. We never took birth with Krishna. We never grew up with Krishna in this body. Therefore, we can't have those feelings which are there in which bhaktas? Ragatmika. but their mood is worthy of emulation. You know what is emulation?
Yeah.
Mood is worthy of following. Therefore, dear devotees, that bhakti which follows in the footsteps of Ragatmika Bhaktas is known as which? Raga. Okay, so this is what? Raga, Raganuga, Ragatmika, and Raganuga is. Now, dear devotees, what is the basic qualification to enter into this particular type of bhakti? So, Sri Rupa Goswami will give that the qualification is as follows. Please repeat. Tatra adhikari. Now let's see who is adhikari. ठीक है? Because once Rupa Goswami gives adhikari, that adhikari is adhikari. ठीक है? It can be any one of us, but fulfill the criteria. Then you will become what? Adhikari. Adhikari for which bhakti, dear devotees? Yeah, because can we become Ragatmika in this life? We can become Raga Anuga. ठीक है? Please repeat. रागात्मिकैकनिष्ठाये व्रजवासी जनादयः तेषां भावाप्तये लुब्धो भवेदत्राधिकारवान् अच्छा भवेद अत्र अधिकारवान अधिकार वाला somebody who has adhikar. Who is that person? Rupa Goswami says first he knows ragatmika ekanishtaye. This person first knows who are the ragatmika bhaktas. All right, who are, can you give examples of ragatmika bhaktas again, dear devotees? Madhurya Ras, give examples. Who are the devotees in Madhurya Ras? Sri Radha, Lalita, Vishakha, Rupa Manjari, etc. These are Ragatmika Bhaktas of which rasa? Give me Ragatmika examples of Vatsalya Ras. Yashoda, Nanda, etc. Alright. The wives of the brothers of Nanda Maharaj, the brothers of Nanda Maharaj, Upananda, all of them are in which ras, dear devotees? Vatsalya. Acha. Abhi, give examples in Sakhya Ras. Sri Ram, Stoka Krishna. All right, all of them are examples of which ras? Sakhya Ras. Give examples of Dasya Ras. All servants, two prominent are mentioned, Chitrak, Patrak. Who are mentioned? Chitrak and Patrak. They are mentioned. Alright. Then Krishna also has many pets. So those pets are also primarily in which ras? Dasya ras. Here I have Dasya ras. Alright. So all of them, these are examples of which bhaktas? Ragatmika bhaktas. So these are Vrajavasi Janadaya. These are Vrajavasi Janas. Tesham Bhava, their mood. Aptaye means praptaye, for attaining their mood. Lubdho, one who is a lobhi. I hope you are able to understand. One who is a lobhi, one who is greedy, for attaining the mood of which devotees? Ragatmika. Bhaved atra adhikarvan, becomes an adhikari here. Okay, someone is very clear, easy to understand. Huh? So, very simple that two conditions are there. First is he should know, he or she should know who are which devotees? Ragatmika. And one of those Ragatmika devotees, their mood, he should become, the technical term is lobha. What is the technical term? Lobha. He or she should have lobha for attaining the mood of a Ragatmika bhakta. That person becomes an adhikari. For which bhakti, dear devotees? Ragatmika. Achha, just because he has become adhikari doesn't mean he becomes siddha. I hope you're able to understand. Huh? He might have become adhikari. Abhi adhikari means just he has begun. So first and foremost, a person becomes adhikari by hearing from a proper guru about the eternal Vrajavasis. The guru tells the disciple about these are the Vrajavasis, this is their mood. After good 1 or 2 years of Shravan from a guru, then the disciple understands, yes, this particular Vrajavasi I am attached to, this mood I wish to emulate. Then the Guru says, okay, now you are Adhikari. Now you are whom? Adhikari. Then the Guru initiates the disciple. I am giving the process of initiation which was traditionally followed in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So that is the Guru first gives Shravan. It's a lot of Shravan from the Guru, and the Guru gives details of all the Vrajavasis, and then the disciple and the Guru, then the Guru checks the nature of the disciple, and then the disciple, according to the nature of the disciple develops a mood of lobha for one of the eternal Vrajavasis. So then the disciple may think, okay, disciple may say, and the Guru may agree that you can try to follow bhakti by following in the footsteps of Nanda Maharaj or Mother Yashoda or Rupa Manjari or somebody like that. So this is who is an adhikari. Now, after becoming adhikari, what is the devotee supposed to do? That is main thing. What is the devotee supposed to do? So, acha, before we go there, what is the qualification once again for entering into the path of Raganuga Bhakti? Loga. Loga. All right. In one word, we should remember. What is the qualification to enter into the path? What is the meaning of Loga? Greed for what? Money? No. Then? Because some people say greed for Krishna. So that is not the exact understanding. Greed for what? Attaining the mood of an existing which devotee? Agatmika devotee. Because we have to remember the precise details, otherwise we'll forget. Again, it will become Lobha will become greed, and greed for what? Greed for Krishna. That is not what it is. Hmm? Yes. Huh? We choose the devotee. So, dear Prabhu, every individual has a nature which comes up when they practice bhakti under the Guru. Sadhan bhakti under the Guru. So it's not only that the disciple chooses, the disciple shows inclination in front of the Guru, and the Guru approves. I am sure you are able to understand. The disciple shows inclination in front of the Guru, and the Guru approves. The Guru doesn't approve, then there should be valid reason for Guru not approving. What is the reason for the Guru not approving? That is the case. That is the question to be asked. Guru, Diksha or Shiksha, Mahanta Guru, as we discussed yesterday, Mahanta Guru should approve. They are not approving. Then there may be two reasons. One is Guru may say, in this entire life you are forever ineligible. Throughout till your death you are ineligible. Then you can put in front of the Guru, but Guruji, I have heard that anybody who follows only which bhakti, Vaidhi bhakti, ends up in which place? Or in an opulent place in. So, Guruji, I don't want that. I want to attain Goloka Vrindavan. Please help me. So, Guru who understands Siddhanta, why will they refuse? I hope you are able to understand. Any Guru who understands what is the Siddhanta, who knows what are the statements given by Shastra, Srila Prabhupada himself, why should they refuse? Let me check. Hmm, yeah. Here is Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 22.154. Because let's see Prabhupada's translation of what is Raganuga Bhakti. Because Prabhupada translated the verse. So Prabhu, you can read the translation of that. Please read it.
Devotee service is softness love is vividly expressed and manifested by the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Devotional service that accords with their devotional service is called Raganuga Bhakti or devotional service following in the way of spontaneous devotional service.
So this verse can be shown and said, this is the type of bhakti I wish to practice. Prabhupada said. So then individual permission has to be sought. Mass level approval cannot be given for such type of work. Correct? Because everybody is not adhikari. What is the adhikar? What is the qualification required? Loba. Once loba is there, then the guru and disciple mutually can decide upon this. All right. So this is what it is. Now, yeah, the guru should be living to get those directions. That, हाँ, because who will teach bhajan pranali? Who will teach? This is a very customized form of bhakti. No, it's not a one size fits all type of bhakti. So let's say one individual is attached to Sakhya Bhava, one individual is attached to Vatsalya. Where will they get their tailor-made instructions from? I hope you're able to understand. They will get their tailor-made instructions from a guru who is giving them those instructions. So I said I had given example yesterday like Shamanand Prabhu. He got his Mahanta Guru in the form of Sri Jiva Goswami. He was physically from a great distance from his Diksha Guru. Diksha Guru was physically present, but in a sense absent because so far away. There was no mobile phone, nothing like that. So effectively, his Diksha Guru was absent, and he took his Shiksha from his Mahanta Guru, Sri Jiva Goswami. And Sri Jiva Goswami told him, see, follow this. This is what it is. Get it done, finish it. So it is possible for a partner for a person who practicing that as they practice and hear more and more from the Diksha Guru, because the attachment to Diksha Guru is there, but the instruction of him being Mahaguru is also possible to. Sure, but specific instructions regarding Raganuga Bhakti have to come from a person who is physically present, isn't it? It's a living process. Otherwise, what people will do, people will institutionalize Raganuga Bhakti. They will make it into a book and then they will say, like, this book is all you need to read for Raganuga Bhakti. That's not how it works. I have to, it is also responsibility on my shoulders if I am representing Rupa Goswami to not let the instructions of Rupa Goswami fall into the hands of a book, which book cannot act as a replacement for a person. So therefore, doubt solving is always going to be a living process. Doubt solving cannot be done through books. It is always going to be a living process. And the disciple is going to have doubts. So therefore, doubt solving and confidence giving, giving of confidence and resolving of doubts is the function of the living guru. So the disciple may come with many doubts and presuppositions. Many doubts and presuppositions. So what to do, isn't it? One presupposition that many devotees have is solved by Jiva Goswami himself. I'd like to show that presupposition which many devotees have. So Jiva Goswami says here something. In Bhakti Sandarbha, he says that there are some people who think that, yeah, see here, those who can see, please repeat. Na cha vaktavyam vidhi anadhinasya na sambhavati bhakti iti. He's speaking about Raganuga. You can see the section here is Raganuga. न च वक्तव्यम ऐसा नहीं बोलना चाहिए. Don't say. What should you not say? Vidhi anadhinasya. This person has not fully executed Vaidhi Bhakti, so he can't enter into Raganuga Bhakti. This sort of foolish statement should never be said. How do you know he has not executed Vidhi in the past lives? I hope you're able to understand. Hmm? Some people say unless a person has executed Vaidhi Bhakti, he can't enter into the path of Raganuga Bhakti. I hope you are able to understand. Unless he has fully done rules and regulations, he can't enter into the path of Raganuga Bhakti. Jiva Goswami says one should not make statements like this. How do we know somebody has executed in the past life or not? Isn't it true? Hai. So people have many hiccups on the path. It's the job of the Guru to remove all those hiccups. And then he gives an example. 217. Let's see what Prabhupada's translation is 217. प्रायेण मुनयो राजन् निवृत्ता विदिशेधतः नैर्गुण्यस्थारमन्ते स्म गुणानुकथने हरे. Prabhu, kindly read the translation.
O King Parikshit, many think that our transcendentalists who are opposed and related principles and restrictions take pleasure in describing the glories of the Lord.
So there are many transcendentalists who from the very beginning are above the rules and regulations. So in their regard, one cannot put that stumbling block on their path that first you follow for 20 years, then we will see Raganuga Bhakti. All these sorts of attitudes are corrected by the bona fide Guru. Because people have this understanding, people have a restrictive mindset in the world. People don't have a constructive mindset in the world. People's mindset is restrictive. So therefore, the bona fide teacher of religiosity is the one who is neither a product of such a restrictive mindset nor the favorer of such a restrictive mindset. I hope you are able to understand. Repeat. The bona fide teacher of religion is neither the product of a restrictive mindset nor the favorer of a restrictive mindset. And these words are actually not mine. I should give credit to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, because it was Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur who made this statement in his article. He wrote an article called Putana. In that Putana article, he wrote the bona fide teacher of religiosity is neither the product of nor the favorer of any mechanical system. And in his hands, no system turns mechanical. So this is what is the clear opinion of the previous acharyas. And with Praman. Once Praman is given, nobody can say, but, no, but that is Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So that is what it is. So I hope that he resolves the query, Mataji. A living guide is needed for the process. All right. Once again, what is the qualification for Raganuga Bhakti? Lobha. And Lobha has a very specific meaning. Lobha for what? Attaining the mood of the Vrajavasi. Vrajavasi means one who is staying in 2024 in Vrindavan. No. Eternal inhabitant. Every step we need to clarify. Otherwise, we'll make a mistake. So, dear devotees, Sri Rupa Goswami now says, how do you know lobha has arisen in a person? How do you know if lobha has arisen or not? So, how does the Guru check? How does the disciple check? So, in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami specifies. Please repeat after me. Tattar bhavadi madhurye Vute dhiryadapekshate Natra shastram na yuktim cha Tallobhotpatti lakshanam Tat bhav. Those respective moods of the eternal Vrajavasis. Madhurya, when the sweetness of those moods is expressed. And Shrute, when this devotee hears. Yad apekshate. Na atra shastram. When this particular devotee immediately becomes attracted to the mood of specific Vrajavasis on hearing those specific moods. And the reason for his attachment is na shastram, not because Shastra says so. Na yuktim, not because somebody logically proved. No, no. Sometimes people logically prove Madhurya Ras is the highest. Why? Because it includes Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, main features of everybody, everything. So everybody agrees. Yukti I gave, but Yukti alone will not be enough to generate that spontaneous attachment. The logic itself will not be able to generate that attachment. When you hear that Bhav Madhurya, the sweetness of those respective moods, Dhiryadapekshate, the intelligence, the buddhi becomes attached, the heart becomes attached and expects more and more hearing of that same. This attachment has not arisen due to Shastra or Yukti. It is arisen because of one's nature. Previous one has associated with such a devotee or for whatever reason it has arisen. Tat lobhotpatti lakshanam. This, dear devotees, is lobha utpatti lakshanam. So spontaneously one will become attached to hearing about a specific type of Rajavasi and will become attached to a specific type of mood. So that is, it doesn't expect Shastra to tell you, now become attached to Mother Yashoda. Not like that. This is not expected. Jiva Goswami says in commentary, yet Shastram vidhim vakyam na apekshate. It does not expect vidhi vakya from Shastra. That now, Rasik Bhogi Prabhu, now become attached to Nanda Maharaj's mood. In Chaturmasya, become attached to Nanda Maharaj. In remaining months, become attached to some other devotee. No, not like that. That is not. It happens automatically. How does rag take place in the material world? Automatically, or does it require the government to tell you, now go smoke a cigarette? No, not like that. Does the government tell us, or do we spontaneously go and pick up sense objects? We spontaneously go pick up sense objects, right? So why is that? It doesn't expect Shastra. It doesn't expect Yukti. The government doesn't tell you. Sometimes government tells you, it gives Yukti. Previously, when cigarettes were newly introduced, governments used to give Yukti in America that, it is good for health. Smoking is good for health. Yeah, 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 just a minute. But our attachment to material objects doesn't need Shastra, doesn't need Yukti. I hope you're able to understand. Similarly, attachment to the mood of Rajavasis doesn't need Shastra, doesn't need Yukti. It is innately when it is present, starts manifesting within a particular sadhak. We know that this sadhak has attained what, dear devotees? Lobh. And lobh is the adhikar for entering into which bhakti? Even. Alright?
So I was practicing sadhana, we worship Radha Krishna and all. So we are worshiping Radha and some level of attachment we have to the deity and the form of that. Still, there is possibility for that practicing devotee to be attached to be inclined towards the Vatsalya.
Rupa Goswami, every word is important. Tat tad bhava madhurya. What is the meaning of bhava madhurya? Sweetness of the mood. People perform deity worship and they say, oh, Sri Radha's, her arms are looking good, her eyes are looking good. Those are all good things. That is vapu madhurya. That is beauty of the body. But Rupa Goswami is saying, which madhurya is required here? Bhava. We should be aligned in mind with that Vrajavasi. For that, we have to understand the mood of that Vrajavasi. Oneness of mind is required, not just proximity of body. That now I am in proximity with the deity I am serving. You may be serving deity of Radha Krishna, no problem. But in mind, to whom are we aligned? That is the deciding factor here. And Shrute, on hearing that, the attachment should arise. So attachment begins mainly through Shravanam and then it leads to Smaranam. So that is what it is. So Bhava Madhurya is the main factor here. Alright? Yes, Prabhu.
You just uh, we need to, I mean, as you mentioned, right, there should be a low for the, we should have a lead for the mood, right?
Mood of whom?
mood of business. The
Which will,
political business.
middle class. Yes.
And but from I'm just contemplating on institutional or the process perspective, right? We always heard and we experienced it, right? That in order to have attachment with someone, for someone, whether they are bodily or their mood or anything, we need to know about that person.
Right.
In order for us to know about that person, we have to hear about it,
Sure.
right? So isn't that a process?
Of course, that is the process.
So basically, so Raganuga Bhakti also in a way institutionalized.
Is
Like process is given, like in the books, scriptures say that you should hear about that person, so that you know about that person. When you know about that person, it's not that you definitely develop the attachment, there's a possibility of developing attachment to their bodily features, their activities, their naam, roop, guna, lila, and mood as well.
sure.
So is it?
Isn't it institutionalized already?
That's
Institutionalization means giving vidhi vakya. You must hear. That is what institutionalization is, right? Rupa Goswami is not saying. When he, upon hearing, if it arises, then you know that this person has lobha. This is not vidhi vakya. This is lakshan vakya. Which vakya this is? Lakshan vakya. This is not vidhi vakya. Okay? That's where the institutionalization is not there. Rupa Goswami never institutionalized it. Otherwise, Rupa Goswami would have said, कि everybody first and foremost get lobha. Hmm? Lobha praptavya. First, what should we attain? Lobha. Then only Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu will make any sense. No, no. First he describes Vaidhi Bhakti, 64 limbs, everything. Those 64 limbs are institutionalized. This should be done, this should be done, parikrama and the puja of Tulsi, everything should be done. So those things are institutionalized. But here, first you require lobha, and lobha cannot be institutionalized. There is an issue with lobha. What is the issue with lobha? Lobha stubbornly refuses to be institutionalized. And lobha cannot come by reading a book.
you can know about, but you can't develop it.
Right.
That's it.
I hope you can read an entire book on fine art, but it not that it will give you the heart of an artist.
That's the major difference. Thank you, bro.
Alright.
Very important.
Yeah, it's a very subtle point, but that it needs to be clarified. Because there are many textbooks on fine art, on music, on playing the piano. But just because you read a book on playing a piano doesn't make you Mozart. Mozart was somebody who had a heart for piano, right? That's the difference between somebody who has a low work and somebody who doesn't have low work.
Can make a small point is to so that the reading book or learning about the fine arts book or reading book, it may have possibility may increase,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean it will happen or
Yeah,
it must.
it is helpful.
It's helpful.
It is helpful and the possibility that lobha may be attained. And once lobha is attained, those books are helpful in increasing the lobha. There is no doubt about it. But the books alone, the information alone is not a generator of lobha. I hope you're able, because lobha is not equal to just gathering information. Attainment of lobha simply doesn't happen by gathering of information. So that is very clear. It's a thing which has come from the spiritual world. Lobha for the mood of the Vrajavasis is not a product of the material world. It comes from which world, dear devotees? So you can't use a mechanical formula from the material world to produce it. As simple as that. It cannot be produced using a mechanical formula. What should I do, Prabhu, to produce Nirguna? No, it's not under a mechanical formula. Either we have it or we don't have it. If we don't have it, still there is one type of bhakti to fall back upon. Which bhakti? It's always there. Hello? But if one follows the process nicely and if one associates with a devotee who has the proper mindset, then one's chances are good. Let's say you go 300 years ago and you meet Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and you say, Srila Chakravarti Thakur, I wish to accept you as my Shiksha Guru. Then he will first check nicely. First he will check nicely for 1 year that whether we have the proper attitude or whether we have hiccups. And if there are hiccups, he will try to remove it. And after removing, trying to remove also, if our hiccups are not gone, then he will say, well, I think some other Vaishnava is good for you. I hope you are able to understand. The disciple should also have that attitude, no? That confidence should be there in the disciple. The disciple is always afraid, oh, no, 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 no. Okay, I cannot do this. So then, hmm, I hope you're able to understand. I gave the example of an art school. A student enrolls in an art school. The teacher is super confident about creating art because teacher has already reached the other end. Now the student also has some hiccups. Teacher will try to remove those hiccups, but the student is still afraid. No, 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 I don't know. If I make the wrong painting, everybody will laugh on me. I hope you're able to understand. Teacher tries a few times. The student doesn't listen. And teacher will say, it's better you enroll in some other school. I hope you're able to. So that disciples mood is also important. Teacher's mood is also important. And some disciple is overconfident. Yeah, nahi, I will first day I will create a spontaneous art. The teacher says, oh, stop it, stop it. Paila, learn the vidhi nicely. Still disciple doesn't listen. Nahi, nahi, Guruji, see what I am going to create. So then he may end up creating some nonsense. Then Guruji says, better you find somebody else. I am not suitable for you. So both these types of disciples are not suitable. A disciple who has the proper mood of aligning perfectly with the mindset of the Guru, Sajatiya disciple, is required here. Otherwise, practice Vaidhi Bhakti. Otherwise, practice Vaidhi Bhakti, safe path. Yeah.
Guruji, at one time I was trying to find out who in the recent example followed Raganuga Bhakti and attained the Braj Bhav. And I came across Adara Prabhu's book, in which, I understood that he got very little association of Prabhupada. And then he moved to Vrindavan and all these things like greed, and, the Swarupa that he came to know about, was told him by Prabhupada in his dreams. So I really failed to understand that, there was no living guru guiding him at that point. When Prabhupada had already left, by the time he moved to Braj. So,
See, Mataji, the thing is, you specific cases I can't say, but just because one case has worked in a certain way, all other cases should also work in the same way, is not necessary. The royal highway of perfection is right here. Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Huh? Of one particular case, all the gurus may not have been revealed in a book. We don't know. We can't say for sure, right? Because some devotees reveal all their gurus, some devotees don't reveal. Anyways, there is an injunction not to reveal one's gurus. So we can't say about one specific case, but what is the theory? This is what it is. How to practice it? Also, to the extent that I can specify, that I can say. But it is required, what Rupa Goswami says is Lobha is required, and Lobha, whatever price is required to get Lobha, get it. So there is a verse in Padyavali and Chaitanya Charitamrita about this. I will show that verse. Hmm.
There's an injunction of not revealing one's guru. Can you please elaborate on that? What do you mean by that? Mahan, it's all public, right? For us, Shiksha Guru, Shiksha Guru is all public. But I talk about Mahan Guru.
Yeah, Mahan Guru who told it is to say that this Guru, like to publicly say, this Guru is the one who gave me my Swarupa Siddhi. And it is recommended not to reveal that particular Guru.
Okay, bro. So one thing I remember Sri Prabhupada's pastime of an example that when devotees came to Raganuga, they were all getting like the Swarupa and Prabhupada said, stop this. If when you are eligible, I personally tell you who you are.
Sure.
Just until then, practice this. How do we understand that part to now it looks like honestly of us to kind of develop yoga, we have to be developing intensity. So can you please elaborate on this?
So the thing is, Prabhupada said to them that right now stop this because right now you have just entered into the path. And then there are some people who are just telling you it is available very easily. So stop this right now. When you are eligible, I will personally reveal to you. That is what he said. Yes. But eligibility first means they have to get lobha. After they have lobha, then the further details will be revealed in the literature in the instructions of Srila Prabhupada himself. And when they follow, if at all they need the guidance of another guru, and that guru will also be given by the arrangement of Srila Prabhupada. So, directly or indirectly, Srila Prabhupada will help them. There is no doubt about that. Because Guru helps directly sometimes, Guru helps indirectly through the via medium of another Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada may help them through another advanced God brother. Advanced means another advanced disciple of his. Many disciples of Prabhupada, different disciples attain different levels of advancement. Prabhupada may help a devotee through another disciple of his own who is more advanced. That is as good as, whether through parampara or directly, help is help. So that is what Prabhupada is, the intention is to say this. The intention, Prabhupada didn't say, I will come in, for everybody, I will come in your dream and tell you. That is not what he said. He said, I will reveal to you. But the method of revealing may be different for different people. Sure.
Actually, it might be totally different. So, we are talking about this bhava, right? And
Bhava nahi, we are talking about lobha.
Lobha and when Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they actively contracted many sahajas. How are this different from this? What makes them?
Okay. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur counteracted many sahajiyas. How is this different from that? This is different because this is coming directly from Rupa Goswami. You know? And did Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur expect us to know about these topics or never to know about these topics? When should we know?
I'm not talking about the, I'm talking about what they did and why they are like, for example, they dress like gopis, they act like gopis,
So there are many apasampradayas. Apasampradayas means those who think. What is spoken here is not to mistake what Sri Rupa Goswami says, take it as it is. That is the message being said. Take it as it is, and if you are taking it as it is, nobody will say, why will Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur prohibit us from taking Rupa Goswami's words as it is? Or Sri Jiva Goswami's words as it is? Let me quote Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. वो अच्छा रहेगा. It is good.
no, if somebody, maybe like somebody not following, how do we know that they are not following Rupa Goswami?
This is not for institutional checking. We can't issue certificates.
Yes, why do they go?
Huh.
They went and they prepared,
Because in their time, when they began their preaching, there were many people who had misunderstood Rupa Goswami. It was necessary to remove all of that and bring out the actual meanings of the text that is there. In fact, in those Sahajiya lineages, they had written their own literature in which they were justifying what they were doing. Therefore, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said the path of the six Goswamis is the most pristine path. Remove all other speculation and follow what the six Goswamis have said as it is. It is very clearly mentioned, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted devotees to know about the subject matter after a certain amount of time. I will show you the direct quote of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and yeah, eligibility. Prabhu, you kindly read. This is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in 1922 took a parikrama to Vrindavan. At the end of the parikrama, they all went to Radhakund. In Radhakund, suddenly he surprised everybody by started speaking. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur started speaking on Ashtakali Leela. Everybody was surprised because he is the last person whom we are expecting to speak on Ashtakali Leela. That is exactly recorded words 1932 they were printed in the Harmonist magazine. So I am quoting those words exactly. Please read what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati says.
All these days, we have not spoken about the Ashtakaliya Lila, the conjugal eightfold aspects of Radha and Krishna. But this is our most dominant asset. This is our only sparkle perfection. One should not make mistake of thinking that anartha nivritti, overcoming the impediments such as lust, etc., is prayojana, the goal of it. One thinking like this will never enter into the artha pravritti, acquiring one's actual need. For this reason, I will now begin speaking about Ashtakaliya.
But Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Ashtakaliya is the highest. Who are in the audience, people are not ready to hear it. Why are you speaking? Didn't you forbid people throughout your life? Next paragraph.
All these days, we have not
Array, next paragraph.
I know that you are not ready to hear it, but we should know that such transcendental ideas exist within the realm of devotion. Beyond the realm of anantivity is Artha Prabhuti, pure conjugal service to Radha and Krishna.
Please read.
This transcendental reality, this is transcendental reality. If you do not know of this transcendental realm, then all our efforts may end up in Nirvisheshavada, impersonal.
Yeah, if we don't know this, if we don't know the positives, then we will simply keep doing no, meditating, no, 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 no. You know who does no, no, neti, neti, who does neti, neti?
Yeah.
Impersonalists. So those who want to do neti, neti throughout their life, they will end up as some nirvisheshwadi. Their heart will become completely dry and there's nothing to fill that dry heart. Please read ahead.
Do not let your day pass in simply trying for another unity. Artha probability is very essential, is also very is also necessary. Another unity is necessary only until Artha probability has started.
Wonderful. Please repeat the statement.
Another unity is necessary only until Artha probability has started.
Wonderful. Now we understood what is what he was aiming at. All right, please read ahead.
When Artha probability is present, another unity becomes unimportant and Artha probability becomes prominent.
What is Artha Pravritti doing the positives? Like Shravanam Kirtanam about Bhagwan's Naam, Rupa, Guna, Lila, that is Artha Pravritti. People have never started Artha Pravritti and they are thinking we will just do negatives first. I'll ask one question to everybody. Some of us, before we became devotees, might have consumed non-vegetarian food. How did we give up non-vegetarian food? First, we fully stopped non-vegetarian and then started taking prasadam. Or first we started taking prasadam and on the strength of the taste of higher taste, we gave up non-vegetarian food. So that same applies for everything, isn't it? It's not if somebody comes and says, no, first give up eating non-veg, then only you are eligible to take prasad. ये क्या बात है? इससे अच्छा I will eat non-veg. ऐसा somebody will say. So similarly, some people say, no, first get fully purified, then only here. So what is the point of we here to get purified? Purification is the cause of hearing Krishna Katha or purification is the effect of hearing Krishna Katha? Effect of hearing Krishna Katha. No, some people are making it the cause of hearing Krishna Katha. That is incorrect attitude and that needs to be removed. Right? Okay. Now somebody may say, who can actually start researching into this direction? How many years after beginning the process should one start? So final answer by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Please read.
Those who have chanted Harinam for 15 or 20 years is no such thing. The beginners need not to hear these topics or they will misunderstand. These topics are for certain audiences, not for all.
So how many years is specified? 15 years since you start chanting Harinam. Dear devotees, raise your hands. Since the first Mahamantra you chanted, if there has been 15 or more years, please raise your hands. By this time, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur expects that you should know Ashtakaliya Leela by this time, right? But if you are a beginner, then all the warning statements that you said, na, that he used to give, all the warning statements, those are for whom? Beginners. But if you have spent 15 years, he expects you to know the highest point. Yesterday we did Padhyavali. Padhyavali is just the entry point. I hope you are able to understand. Just the entry point into little bit of Artha Pravritti. The highest point of Artha Pravritti is Ashtakali Leela. That is what he spoke in 1932 at Radha. So for Ashtakali Leela, what is the, in number of years he gave the eligibility. After how many years? 15. So for at least for beginning to learn about Raganuga Bhakti, when should we start? No, 15 years is for knowing the conclusion. When should we start inquiring about the eligibility and everything? As soon as the inquiry arises, as soon as we become a little inquisitive about it, after a few years of sadhana bhakti, a devotee should know better. So this is the standard in his own words. This is lecture delivered in Radhakund 1932. It was published in the Harmonist magazine. You can look it up. It is available. It is public domain. It is available here. So that is what it is. So now, since the boundary has been set, because some people know, even after 30 years, I am unqualified, Prabhu. So people say like that. उनको बोलना चाहिए, what are you doing? For 30 years, what are you doing? So that is what he is expecting, that after 15, 20 years, one should know about the highest topics. At least after 7, 8 years, one should know that there are two types of sadhan bhakti. What are the two types of sadhan bhakti? If we see the logo of the Gaudiya Math, how many have seen the logo of the Gaudiya Math? No, I will show the logo of the Gaudiya Math. So that this is the traditional logo of the Gaudiya Math. Let me pull it up. Yes, I will share. I will end. First, I will pull up the this presentation. Yeah, of course, Bhakti in practice. Acha, can you see the logo of the Gaudiya Math?
Yes.
I will zoom it. On left hand side, what is written? On right hand side, what is written? It's there in the branding. The logo itself speaks a lot. The logo was designed by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And to help the Vidhi, there is Archanam. What is there to help the Vidhi? Archanam. To help the Rag, which limb is there, dear devotees? Kirtanam. You can see that. And above Vidhi Marg is one literature. Which literature is there? Pancharatra. And above Rag Marg, which literature is there? Bhagavatam. So who wants to align with the mood of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur? Please raise your hands. I should also do. So dear devotees, if you want to align with the mood of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then please know that we should know about both. This is the actual logo. I will try to zoom it as much as possible. Yeah, now you can see. In center is Naam. Then there is on left hand side, there is which mark? Vidhi. Vidhi is supported below. The support below Vidhi is which, what is that? Archanam. And the literature which governs Vidhi is which literature? Pancharatra. The right hand side is which mark? Rag. to support rag is what is there? Kirtana. And the literature which governs rag is what? Bhagavatam. And the topmost personality who reigns above all of these paths is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is governing all of this simultaneously. Printing press. Yeah. So that is also Kirtan. Speaking Bhagavatam, distributing Bhagavatam, that is also Kirtan. Archana, Pancharatra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And you require Guru. For all of this, the foundation is what, dear devotees? And Guru should be from which Sampradaya? Gaudiya. The foundation of all of this is Guru, Gaudiya. So that mindset, that thought process, once we understand, we will know. Why will Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur speak against rag and put rag in the logo of him? He was not speaking about against rag bhakti. He was speaking against giving the highest topics to newcomers. That is what he was speaking against. But after few years, one should know. ऐसा है. ठीक है? There are six aspects of Bhagavan. Shri, Yash, Aishwarya, Veer, the six opulences of Bhagavan are there. Yes.
One is higher than the other. It's just the mood that we have.
According to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are gradations in rasa, and the greatest amount of sweetness is in Madhurya Ras. That is there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita itself. But a devotee who is experiencing any ras will think their ras as the topmost. So that is there. If you go and ask Hanumanji that Madhurya is highest, Hanumanji will laugh and say, "Acha."
Yesterday you mentioned that the talking about Satyas.
Satya.
Yeah. So Arjuna is also in the Dwarka mood, not
No. There is an Arjun of Vrindavan. Arjun Sakha is one Gopa in Vrindavan also. There is one Arjun Sakha in Golok Vrindavan also. And the Arjun who is one of the Pandavas is resident of Hastinapur. Huh? The Gopi is also there. But Arjun Sakha is one. Yesterday we were discussing in the Dan Leela pastime, Arjun Sakha comes. That's not the Pandava. That's the Gopa, Arjun Sakha. Next time I speak that I have to clarify. People will think Arjun from Kurukshetra. Yeah.
I can understand, I think, it's starting to get a glimpse of, okay, maybe like, Satyas in Vrindavan is different from this.
Okay, Mati. One, it is not Sakhya, it is Sakhya. Sakhya. It is short of. All right. Many devotees mispronounce it Sakhya. It is not Sakhya, it is Sakhya. All right. So in Sakhya Ras, what?
So there is in Vrindavan, the mood is different in Dwarka. I mean, you can very clearly.
Of course.
Same thing with Madhurya, the things in Vrindavan are so different. But actually, I think that it's very different. The mother's color is very different.
No, but Devaki and Vasudeva saw 400 Krishna.
But the mood of Kunti Maharani when she was like, love is there.
Yeah, the love is there, but when she says that I can't, my mind is unable to understand how, Gopyadade Tvai Kritagasidam Tavat. I will quote the verse exactly so that it is. This is prayer by Queen Kunti. Can you see the translation, Mataji? Can you see that? No? All right. Prabhu, can you read the translation loudly? You read loudly. Okay, I'll read it loudly. My dear Krishna, Yashoda took up a rope to bind you when you commit, which washed the mascara from your eyes, and you were afraid, though fear personified is afraid of you. Here itself the Aishwarya is coming out. Here itself, you are afraid, although fear personified is afraid of you. This sight is bewildering to me. Can you see Mother Kunti's mood? It's in her own words. Fear is afraid of you. And Yashoda Maya will say, "Oh, fear, if somebody tells Yashoda Maya, fear is afraid of Krishna. Acha? He is afraid of my speech. Huh? Aisa. This is more of Yashoda. That's a great difference, Mati. It's a great difference. The theology, the literature given by the Goswami is thoroughly tested from all angles. You will find a Praman which will tell you that the residents of Dwarka, Hastinapur, etc. are in the Aishwarya Bhumi. Right.
Even more, right? So then our aspiration or our thing should be there, why
It's not a competition, na, who Krishna is a Mahaprabhu is even more. We can't, we can't really have Mahaprabhu without Krishna. And we can't have Radha Krishna without Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. यथा यथा गौरवतार विंदे विंदेत भक्तिं कृत पुण्य राशि तथा तथोत्सर्पति हृदय कस्मात् राधा पदाम्बोरु सुधाम सुराशि सुधाम्बुराशि. This verse from Chaitanya Chandramrita that the more one develops attachment to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the more one finds himself or herself drowning in the ocean of Radha Krishna Prema. So that's very important because it's not just I will only have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I will not have Radha Krishna. We can't have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without Radha Krishna. Because some people made a sampradaya out of it. Why chant Krishna's names? Chant only Gaura's names. Your statement, if your statement is recorded in a book and 200 years later somebody says, Mataji made such a statement. You know, if Gaura is the highest, why not accept Gaura? So based on Mataji's statement, we should not chant Krishna now. We should only chant whose now? Gaura now. Then there will be a problem. Because what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire? यदि आमा प्रति स्नेह आगे सवाकार तबे कृष्ण व्यतिरिक्त नगाए आर. Please read the translation.
It was very appreciated for me when those speak about any topics other than Krishna.
Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhyakhand, 28 chapter, 27 verse. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's own words. This will help us prevent any apasampradaya. This is what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was speaking about. You know, that people don't understand the full details of what is given in Shastra. And by reading Ekadeshiya Shastra, only one part of Shastra, then they come up with conclusions. So that is not what should be. Sarvadeshiya, after reading the entirety, then the conclusion should be made. Otherwise, we will end up making some mistake. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the highest, but the highest wants something from us. What does he want? That we should sing always about whom? So then, how can worship of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu happen without worship of Krishna?
I did a class, Prabhupada's Maharaj's class, where Prabhupada did suggest the Yashika Chaitanya mantra is more powerful than even Hare Krishna mantra, but because Chaitanya Prabhu suggested to chant Hare Krishna, you all should chant Hare Krishna.
Ah, that latter part is good. Huh? Otherwise, if let's say Prabhupada would have made the first statement, huh? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya is more potent than Hare Krishna. हो गया फिर some people would have started Jai Shri Krishna Sampradaya. No, I am also beginner only. Huh? I am also beginner. Rupa Goswami will laugh on me. You say good attempt, huh? But you are still a lot to learn. But still, I am trying my best. Yes, so.
We have to clean our eyes when Krishna opened her mouth, and she was about to offer obeisance. Yesterday, David Mata foreign mouth, she offered obeisance and prayer. But is there a
No, when Krishna opened his mouth and he showed all the universes, for a few moments, Aishwarya Bhav was present, but the sweetness of Vatsalya with my son. That is what she will never, like Kunti Devi, she will not say. Because Bhagwan wants to preserve the mood of the Brajavasis. Because Bhagwan wants to preserve that mood, therefore they will never have that Aishwarya Bhava. If Aishwarya arises temporarily, then also later it will go down. After Rasa Leela is described, when Krishna disappeared, the gopis were searching. There is one place in Petha, near Govardhan, where Bhagwan showed his four-handed form. And then the gopis said, Pranam Bhagwan Narayan, do you know where Krishna has gone? Sure, why not? Govardhan Parikrama, there's a village Petha, where he showed that four-handed form. And the gopis asked, Pranam Bhagwan Narayan, do you know where Krishna has gone? If you know, please tell us. So we are searching for him, and he is not coming in front of us. So that is the mode of the Brajavasis. Okay. So this was a basic discussion on Vaidi and Raganuga. Acha, I forgot. One last thing I have to tell you. In the question and answers, I forgot. After getting Lobha, what is a Raganuga Bhakta supposed to do? What does the sadhana look like? Alright, so the sadhana looks like this. It is described in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, but it's best to quote Prabhupada's translation. So I'll quote Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 22.160. It's actually from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, but let's quote the translation by Srila Prabhupada since it is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishnam Smaranjanam Chasya Krishnan Nijastamidam Tat Tat Katharatas Chasau Guryadvasam Braje Sada. First, I'll try my handicapped attempt at translating and we'll read the translation by Srila Prabhupada. Krishnam Smaran, while remembering whom the devotees Krishna. This indicates that on the path of Raganuga Bhakti, Smaran is the main process. It is also assisted by Kirtan. What is it assisted by? Kirtan, Yoga Dharma. But in Raganuga Bhakti, when one process attains primarily, it becomes main. Which process, dear devotees? Smaran. Janam cha asya. And not only if मैं और Krishna बीच में कोई नहीं. Not like that. Huh? Janam cha. Also the associates of Krishna one should remember. But there are millions of associates. Which one? Preshtham Nija Samihitam. The one who is dear to us and similar in mood, which means the Ragatmika Bhakta who was, for us is going to give that particular mood. And Tat Tat Katharatas, and always engage in hearing Tat Tat, those respective Kathas. In general also hear Katha, but specifically hear the Katha of that Ragatmika Bhakta towards whom you are attached. And in this way, Kuryat Vasam, always stay. Where, dear devotees? Vraja. Kindly read the translation by Prabhupada.
The devotee should always think of Krishna within himself and should choose a very dear devotee who is a servant of Krishna in Vrindavan.
A devotee should choose. I hope you are able to understand. And choose not like we choose things from a supermarket. It should be done under the guidance of a guru. Okay, that warning needs to be given. Otherwise, today Nanda Maharaj is looking good. Friday, Mother Yashoda, ऐसा हो जाएगा. ठीक है?
One should constantly engage in topics about the service.
About that service.
And his love with Krishna. And one should live in Vrindavan. If one is physically unable to go to Vrindavan, he should mentally live there.
So this physically and mentally was not mentioned in the verse, only says Kuryad Vasam Vraje Sada. Where did this come from? If one is not physically able to go, then one should mentally go. See, our mentality is thoda restrictive sometimes. Here it is in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Can you see Krishna Smaranjanam chasya preshtham nija samihitam tat tat katharataschaso kuryadvasam rajesada. Sri Jiva Goswami in his commentary says something. What does Sri Jiva Goswami say in the commentary? I will highlight it so that all of us can see. He says, please repeat after me. सामर्थ्य सती means सामर्थ्य होने पे if one is capable. Which Vraja somebody may say my temple is also Vraja. I think, huh? No, no. Sriman Nanda Vrajavas Sthane. That place where Nanda Maharaj stayed 5,000 years ago. That Vraja. Shri Vrindavanado Sharirena Vasam Kuryat. So Samarthya Sati, if one has the capability, then Sharirena through one's body, one should reside where the devotees. And which Vrindavan? That Vrindavan where Nanda Maharaj stayed 5,000. So Jiva Goswami will not leave anything to doubt. He will clarify everything. Because people will make a replica of Vrindavan and say this is Vrindavan. No, no. That Vrindavan where Nanda Maharaj stayed 5,000 years ago. Achha. Next. Tad abhave. If capability is not there. Manasa api. Iti artha. So if one is not able to go physically, then one should go through the mind. This was in commentary, originally in commentary of whom? Sri Jiva Goswami. It ended up in the translation of whom? So this is how Srila Prabhupada is giving all the message of the previous acharyas in his writings. From Chaitanya Charitamrita, CC Madhya 22.160. CC Madhya 22.160. Purport. This verse is also found in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1-294. So this is we quote story. Alright. So then he remembers Smaran begins. Smaran begins. And Smaran then gets perfected. At the end of the perfection of Smaran, one gets one's perfected body, which is technically called Siddhadeha, which they have devotees Siddhadeha. Even while residing in this world, one gets that particular body, and then Seva starts happening in two bodies simultaneously. Prabhupada's own translation. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 22.158. सेवा साधक रूपेण सिद्ध रूपेण छात्र ही तद्भाव लिप्सुना कार्या ब्रजलोकानुसारतः. प्रभु जी kindly read the translation.
The advanced devotee who is inclined to spontaneous loving service should follow the activities of the particular associate of Krishna in Vrindavan.
Now all of this is making sense to us. The advanced devotee, मतलब कितने साल के बाद अभी नंबर भी बता दिए. After how many years one is supposed to know. ठीक है? Advanced devotee who is inclined to spontaneous service. There is a technical term. Who is inclined to which bhakti, dear devotees? Raganuga bhakti. Should follow the activities of a particular associate of Krishna. What is the technical term for particular associate? Raganuga bhakti in Vrindavan. All right. Now please read ahead.
We should
Sorry.
we should execute service externally as a remunerated devotee, as well as internally from his self-realized position. Thus, we should perform devotee service both externally and internally.
So by the time this Smaran is perfected, he will get Siddha Deha. Within his mind, he will know in spiritual world, this is my position. So, service is of two types. Sadhaka Rupa, through this body, Siddha Rupa, through the body that was attained in Samadhi, through Smaran. This is the perfection attained through practicing which bhakti devotees. And then, at the end of life, Sadhaka Deha goes away. Siddha Deha is perfected in Goloka Vrindavan. That is what it is. ठीक है? हाँ. साधक देह में टेक समाधि नहीं है. It is not an issue. प्रभु Sri Gauda Mandala Bhumi. Jai Bajane Chintamani. तार है ब्रज भूमि वास Sundas Thakur says, Sri Gauda Mandala Bhumi. Please read the translation, Prabhu.
One who acts
No, no, this one.
one should also know that government of Bhumi, those places in Bengal, is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's church are
Narottam Das Thakur.
there is no difference between the inhabitants of Vrindavan and those of Govardhan Bhumi. Are Vrindavan Mahaprabhu.
That is it.
So Vrindavan Mahaprabhu.
Matlab, it's not, I will decide by dice, Vrindavan or not. It's according to the mood that one has, they decide. Right? Oh, sorry. Right, yes, Mataji. First I'll give Prabhu, then we'll.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. So, the question is, who is I have become Mahamsa Guru? For most of us, when our Guru Maharaj is in the planet, we may not even think about this place. If the earthly lifetime is over, then when the question of Mahamsa Guru comes, I'm just reminded of this last time of the Vedic man and she was calling. They had a kind of a dispute with Shamananda, who was fasting. So is it because he has not informed his Guru and took his approval and permission to go for Mahamsa Guru?
No. The conflict arose because when when Hriday Chaitanya Prabhu had given him a name Dukhi Krishna Das. That was the name he had given, Dukhi Krishna Das. When he came to Sri Jiva Goswami and accepted Sri Jiva Goswami as Mahanta Guru. And under the training of Sri Jiva Goswami, he learnt all the rasas, everything. And then he got attached to Madhurya Rasa. Once while sweeping, in what is that place? Seva Kunj. He got a darshan of Sri Radha. Sri Radha marked his head with a tilak and name was given Shyamanand. So then when that happened and Hriday Chaitanya Prabhu came to know that your disciple has a new tilak and a new name, so he thought that Jiva Goswami has done all of this, when in fact it was in Samadhi that Shyamanand Prabhu had perfected himself. So that is, and Sri Jiva Goswami never said anything, even when Hriday Chaitanya Prabhu, came with the conflict in his mind. Jiva Goswami never said anything. Jiva Goswami said, you can ask your disciple only. Whatever he has done is not under my pressure. So Jiva Goswami's nature was that. Why will Jiva Goswami want to collect disciples? So Jiva Goswami's nature was like that. He didn't want a single disciple. So Jiva Goswami he came for Shiksha. I gave him Shiksha. He got his Swarup Siddhi. That's all. Yes, sir. So that is what happened at that particular point of time. And Sri Vidya Chaitanya Prabhu also did not take offense over that. He very heartily accepted the version that his disciples spoke and Sri Jiva Goswami spoke. So Sri Jiva Goswami pacified the situation. That incident occurred. That is it.
Okay, extension to the question. So do we need to internally wait to our spiritual master if he is not on the planet to show Mahamsa Guru or how is it?
If the spiritual master Diksha Guru gave complete guidance to us, and if the Diksha Guru himself acted as Mahanta Guru, do we need anything else? But if we feel that we could not have sufficient association and we need some guidance, then we should definitely pray to Bhagavan. Ideally, the Diksha Guru should give everything. And second cases, if Diksha Guru association may not be available, then take from other. That is. Right.
But this is now, uh, while we were practicing Krishna consciousness, there were certain results, certain aspects of the Lord were reflected or that draws our attention, which we never did, we were not, at least I was not vigilant about it. So is it like, oh, is it after hearing last 2 days, like, is that like the actually more visual now this screen?
No, first thing is to learn about the path. First, the entirety of Siddhanta, what is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, what is the concept of ras, what are the rasas, and then under the guidance of Guru, how to start practicing. Do I have lobha or not? So all of that has to come. It can't help come through a self-help manual. It has to come under the guidance of a Guru. Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur, let me try to find out in his writings, he specifies something. हाँ. Here is a discussion between, this is from Jaiva Dharma, all right, by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So, Prabhuji, who has the mic? You can see. Give it to Prabhuji. You can do it. Huh? यहाँ से विजय. Vijay says.
Gurudeva, I have been studying spiritual Bhagavatam for a long time, and I'm always eager for an opportunity to hear about the pastimes of Sri Krishna. Whenever I meditate upon the wonderful deeds and for within me, I strongly feel the desire to serve divine property in the mode of Sri Krishna.
अच्छा, who is the Ragatmika Bhakta here? And who is the Raganuga Bhakta here? Vijay. And the Guru's name is given here. What is the Guru's name? All right. Please, what does he say?
Yes, I understand your mood. You are a Manjari under the guidance of Lita Devi. To what type of service, to what type of service do you aspire?
So this is Abhi. You can understand that he took personal. What I said, it requires that personal guidance from the Guru. Right there in Jaiva Dharma. Right there. It's right there in the writings of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. You don't need to go anywhere else. Let me find the- There was also another section. Let me try to find. Anyways, this particular section is good. What I quoted is good, where the disciple is taking guidance from the Guru about Raganuga Bhakti. But as I said, this cannot be mass produced. And Raganuga Bhakti has one main qualification to enter. What qualification is that? Lobha. Lobha is for the mood of an existing Brajavasi. That Brajavasi has then goes by the name Raganuga Bhakti. And that is very clearly mentioned in the writings of Srila Prabhupada.